Hello out there in comic book land. It's Saturday night, late Saturday night. I realized I didn't do this yesterday or tonight. I've just been busy and distracted. So I realized I needed to get my reviews done. So let's get this started. Let me know what to think. Or at least what I think of the comics that I picked up for, what was it, 11/7/2018? Let's get started. Alright, so we're looking at Justice League number 11, part 2 of the Drowned Earth series. Seeing that I didn't read part 1, didn't know what was going on, I was lost, but I haven't really been super impressed with the Justice League since they restarted it with Snyder. I really liked what they were doing with it before. And this last 11 issues have been, yeah. And this one has been, yeah, of the, yeah, if you sort of understand what I'm getting at. I don't know. I do really like the cover, and I understand that they're putting it out since this cover, which is the B cover, they're putting it out since the new Aquaman is coming out Friday. This coming Friday. So, but I'm just not digging this series. This whole 11 last issues. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. The art wasn't impressive. The story is just okay. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. What is this? Number 3. I've always been kind of a big fan of the Elvira series, just because it's Elvira. The campiness factor, the bad movies. Man, what is wrong with this? I'm sorry about the glare on this. But kind of an ongoing series. It's not as good as having a real person. It's okay, seeing that she's jumping around, meeting different historical figures. This one is Bram Stoker, where he gets to actually meet Vlad Tepes, which is kind of following Elvira through time, which is kind of an interesting concept, but combine that with the campiness and everything. I don't know. I think I'm just like the Justice League one and this one. I think these are my last issues. I've got other comics that I want to get more, that I don't want to be spending my money on stuff that I don't enjoy as much. So this is a 2.5 out of 5. The Green Lantern number 1. B cover. Grant Morrison. Everything that I've heard, and this sort of reinforces my, let's see, sorry, it's got a really big back itch going here. That sort of reinforces my feelings on this as well. Kind of hit and miss. Seeing that I'm not a huge Green Lantern fan, this is a miss for me. You have Hal Jordan being reinstated as a Green Lantern after some sort of suspension, where he's been going from job to job. because he has some sort of authority issues, so he becomes a space cop again. I thought I might like it. Just got it because it was number one. Wanted to see what was going on. Thought I might like it again, or like it. Didn't, and not 100% positive I'm going to get a number two. I'm going to give this a 2.5 out of 5. Batman number 58, the art trim cover. See if I can do this without a glare on it. This is a series where he is going to be teaming up with the Penguin, which actually doesn't happen in this episode or this issue. It ends with them meeting up saying, hey, we've got to talk. The King run on this series has been up and down. There are issues that I really enjoy on it, some that I don't. This is one that I don't. This is one of the issues that I don't. Hopefully it'll pick up again after this one, once he teams up with the Penguin, once we find out what Penguin's plan is. I don't know, the art was good, the cover is fantastic. I'm a huge Batman fan, so I'm probably going to keep going on it. Who knows? But this one wasn't good. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. The Wrong Earth, number 3. Still a good series. It's not as fantastic as the first one. It's I don't want to say originality, but the whole quirkiness of it is running down a tad, but I still like what's going on. It is enjoyable to see the juxtaposition, of the two different types of characters on the different Earths and how things are working. And the art is good, so I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. Walking Dead, number 185. They are still dealing with the aftermath of the New World Order storyline, where people are suggesting that they try and take over the new place because the people aren't in support of the government, and there's division among Rick and the other people, and Michonne, what's going on. I like it. This has been a solid series, which I enjoy reading, and I really don't have much bad to say about it. 3.5 out of 5. The Empty Man, number 1. See if I can do this without the glare on it. Another zombie story, but it is a new twist on the zombie story, if these are actually zombies. I did a video earlier on how this cover sort of reminds me of Malefic number 1. Which it kind of does. But I like... See, basically, this is a story where there's some sort of new disease going on that's turning people into zombies, making them act against their wills. And you have the government and another faction trying to deal with what's going on. You have a central character of this wife and her family dealing with what's going on, and the government and the new mysterious faction trying to deal with it. Good story. If you haven't picked it up, I suggest you get it. This will be a 3.75 out of 5. Redlands, number 8. Solid stories by Jordan Belair. First arc went 1 through 6. This is the second issue of the second arc. Picked up after a short break, where you have one of the central characters' fathers coming to them for help to break a dude out of jail. The story is good. The art is, again, not as clean as I like it, but it is fitting to the storyline. And one thing I like about this is you have most of the story going on, and then in the back they have little written stuff which helps with the story. This one has court transcripts of that trial from somebody dealing with an earlier episode of a young girl in the whorehouse and a trial going on. It's good. If you haven't been reading this, pick up the trade or all the floppies. Get it. It's a fun story. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. Last but not least, the Hulk, number 8. The Immortal Hulk, number 8. I cannot get enough of this series. It is reminiscent of the Hulk from the 70s, with it being, Bill Bixby, David Banner, going from town to town, dealing with problems, kind of a mystery thing going on, but it's also a horror comic, and it's involving other Marvel characters. You have the last couple issues, the Avengers. You have the reporter trying to follow them to do an investigation. This reporter, it's Mrs. McGee this time as opposed to Mr. Getting actually involved as an embedded reporter in the story. This is such a good series. This is one of the 2 comics that I collect regularly, 3 Marvel comics that I collect regularly. And it is not one of the ones of Marvel that I want to drop. I've been thinking about dropping the Moon Knight lately just because of how horrible the guy has been doing with it. But this is a solid story, especially if you're a Hulk fan, and especially if you're a Hulk TV show fan. You need to get this. This is a 4.25 out of 5. And so, if you're a Hulk fan, if you're a Hulk TV show fan, get it, read it, and enjoy it. So, alright, that's it for this week. I will talk to you a little bit later. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.